Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are keeping well. Stay at home and stay safe. Okay? So I welcome dear students for this class. We have already begun the chapter 2 of geography portion. Today we will be continuing with the same chapter and topic we will be dealing is rock cycle, use of rocks and minerals. These 3 points we will be dealing today and concluding the chapter also. So lesson we have begun is inside our earth. Inside our earth, you have already seen the previous topics. Today we will be concluding with the rock cycle, use of rocks and minerals. Am I right? Okay, very fine. Let us go to the next topic. Begin with rock cycle. Beginning with rock cycle. You can look at these pictures carefully. Metamorphic rock, igneous rock and sedimentary rock. This is the rock cycle, my dear students. How it is getting melted, how it is getting transformed because of the pressure, because of the heat, because of the pressure, because of the magma and all this. Okay, so watch this video. I'm posting on video here, very well explained. You need to watch carefully, then you will get the whole point how these three rocks have been transformed into one another, transformed into the next rock. Okay, so you watch this.
Rocks are just rocks, right? Nope. There are three major types of rocks: sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic. But the coolest thing about rocks is that each one has the ability to change into the other kind.
Huh? How is that possible? Sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous rocks change into each other in a process we call the rock cycle. No, not that kind of rock. This kind of rock. Yeah, that's more like it. The first type of rock we'll talk about is sedimentary. On the surface of the Earth, wind and water break down rock into tiny pieces. Those pieces might collect in a riverbed, on a floodplain, be swept into sand dunes, or collect on the ground. Over time, layers of these rock fragments build up and start to weigh down on one another. Eventually, they get fused together to form sedimentary rocks. The cool thing is that if you look closely, you can still see pieces of the original rocks or sediment that were bound together.
Let's do a demo. For our rocks, we're going to use jelly beans. Each flavor of jelly bean represents a rock or mineral that has been broken down by wind and water through a process called erosion. We put our jelly beans in this bowl and add some honey and cornstarch. They're the bonding agents to hold our pieces together, kind of like glue for rocks. A little time and pressure has turned our jelly bean pieces of sediment into a brand new rock.
So what happens if you apply both heat and pressure? It becomes a metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rock may form by friction of the Earth's shifting crust, pressure deep within the Earth, or even radioactive decay. The heat and pressure cause the rock structure to change, so it takes on a new form. Even though it's changed, you can often still see structures of its original components.
Let's take our sedimentary jelly bean rock and turn it into a metamorphic one with heat and pressure. To add pressure, we'll put this heavy pot on top. For heat, we'll stick it in the oven for about 30 minutes. After it's cooled, you can see how our jelly bean rock has formed a more solid unit. However, you can still see the individual pieces of candy, but the structure has fundamentally changed.
The third type of rock in the rock cycle is igneous. When rocks get superheated deep within the Earth, they melt and form a liquid called magma. If magma rises to the surface or moves up in the Earth's crust, it begins to cool. Igneous rocks have a uniform structure throughout, but will have different properties depending on whether they cooled on the Earth's surface or within the crust.
To turn our jelly bean metamorphic rock into an igneous rock, we're going to melt it in this pot of boiling water. When our rock is cooled, you can see how all the different pieces combine to make an igneous rock with uniform structure throughout. Pretty cool, huh?
But this is only part of the story. We showed you one path through the rock cycle, but really any rock can go from one type to another. For example, igneous rocks can turn into either metamorphic or sedimentary. And metamorphic rocks don't have to become igneous rocks. They can be broken down again and become sedimentary. Or the sedimentary rocks can get pushed deep within the earth to form igneous. See, all of the rock types are connected, making a cycle that never ends. The end.
Use of rocks. Use of rocks. So where do we need to use all these rocks? It says rocks are used by human for various construction activities, dear students. Construction activities we use. They are used in making roads, yes, houses, buildings, etc. And many more other activities also we make use of it. Okay. Rocks are crushed, grinded, cut and polished to change their shape. It is changed in different aspects for different purposes and size to make them usable in different forms. Okay, so this is what the use of rocks. Our houses are being built, roads are, buildings, and sometimes we are extracting cements. It's being crushed, grinded, and all this. Some stones are being polished for some purposes. So this is the use of rocks, my dear students. Okay, so this is the use of rocks. Now let's see what is this minerals all about, dear students. Minerals we hear many times, but do we really reflect on it? Let us see. I'll begin with the last point of it, dear students. See here. Okay, so it says, I am coming this point of view. Then I'll explain to you the beginning part of it. Okay, see here. It says humans have extracted these form from the natural form. Natural form. This all the minerals are basically in the natural form, and converting them. We convert this in the. It is occurring in the substances, physically occurring substances. Originality form of the occurrence. That has been converted into what? Usable form, dear students. It has been converted in the usable form and transport them to the user, to that user. One who is using it is transport to them for after having converted. Okay, the minerals are used for various human uses. Okay, minerals are being used for different usefulness. Okay, various human uses like what? Fuel, all the oils we are using for the vehicles, motors and other engines, construction. Okay, construction we are using, industry, chemicals, etc. What are these common basically things we take from nature? Okay, we see here natural petroleum. Okay, some examples you see here. Minerals are coal, extracted from the down, and it has to be made as coal, petroleum, natural gas, iron, okay, aluminium, silica, uranium, gold and silver. So many things it has been transformed, my dear students, converted to all these things. So this is what the minerals are all about, dear students. Minerals are physically occurring substances which have distinct physical and chemical properties. It has own values, it has own look, it has own physical appearance, but it has converted into the usefulness. Okay, it has been different properties, it has different values, it has, but all this has to be converted into the usefulness. Okay, these are the minerals we have now. Okay, now we use coals, we use petrols, we use diesels and other minerals like iron, aluminium, silica, uranium, gold, silver. These are the minerals, dear students. Okay, so I hope you understood minerals usefulness. Originally it is occurring in different substances, different looks, but we extract them from there and we make use of all, we transform them, we convert them into all these things. Okay, so hope you understood this point. So I hope you have understood. If you have any doubts, you can always ask me, you can always put in the comments so that we can clarify. Okay, we can clarify. So thank you very much, dear students. Have a good day. Keep studying, keep doing well.